This is a quick demonstration on methods for tracing from a line drawing or anything else you need to trace. Usually I try to rely on my drawing skills for most things, but if I'm working from an exercise in a book, sometimes it's a little more intricate, and I don't want to try drawing it, just do the tracing. So what you need a method for tracing I use, you don't need a light box, but you need tracing paper, masking tape, and if you have graded pencils, an HB is the same as a number 2. A softer pencil, such as a B, this is a 5B, and then an H, which is a harder pencil. Now, if you don't have graded pencils, just this plain old pencil will do, which is just basically a number 2, and you want to have it sharpened. So what I do is I take what I want to trace is this project. I tape it down to my board first, then I tape this above it so it overlaps. And the reason why I only tape it in one place is because this will allow me to lift up when I get to the next phase to see my progress in the tracing, because you can't always see how you're doing. So basically, what I like to do is also have a ruler on hand or a straight edge. And that allows me to, first thing you want to trace is your outside edge. I'm going to do a freehand here, but it's pretty easy to forget the outside edge. And if you don't have an outside edge, this doesn't have anything to meet on these lines. Don't have a ruler handy, but if you have a ruler or a straight edge, this is just approximate in order to draw this thing in here. So at this point, you're just tracing over these lines. Now for this, it's fairly easy to see your progress and to see where the lines are, but if you get confused what you finished, what you haven't, if you lift this up and even put something under it, you can see your progress. So after you finish that, then there's another step. Now, I just want to mention, if you don't have tracing paper, you can do this next step on the back of your copy. Now, the reason why I don't do it on the back of my copy is that if I want to make more than one tracing of this, I don't want to have a lot of graphite on the back. So, next step, turn over what you've traced and then put graphite, or your pencil is graphite, and go over the back. Now, if you don't have tracing paper, you can go over the back of this original, but it's going to be harder to see what you've covered. So for this, I usually use a soft pencil, or you could use a regular pencil. And you don't have to cover everything, but try to go over as many lines as you can. Sometimes I miss some. And if you don't want to go too heavy, or else it'll make your paper dirty. So basically, this is what this process is. Then turn it over and you lay it on top of your watercolor paper, and you do the same thing. You tape your paper down. Now this is already finished, so I'm going to turn it over just to demonstrate. And I want to tape it down the same way I taped the other one down. Tape this down here. Take my tracing paper, over it. So this will be on a second copy of this. Now, I either take my sharp number 2 pencil and just start tracing over these lines. And what will happen is the pressure of this will push down over your graphite you have on the back and leave marks here. Sometimes you have to go over this again. You just see how much it is. But you see with this, where this is, you can lift up and see what your progress. Once again, don't forget your outside edges. You can go back with the ruler and do that if you want. So the advantage of doing this by taping at the top is to see what progress you made. Now, if you have the hard pencils, the hard pencils are the H's. This is just an H. It might do better at making your lines show through, because it's a harder pencil. When you press, it will push down more. So that's it for tracing. I only do it for like projects from books and stuff for class. Every once in a while I might trace a photograph, but usually I rearrange what photograph has in it. And I just mainly use it for this purpose. So that's it.